Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with the final video. I promise you this is the final video of fixing all the rust and getting everything back together. In today's video, we are going to be bondoing up. We're going to be doing this spot down here and underneath and right around this trunk lining right here. So the bumper is going to be right here, everything underneath that. We're going to Bondo that just to make everything smooth, make sure everything looks very uniform and square. We have a lot of work to do. I'm going to learn how to Bondo for the first time, never done that before, so gonna be another learning curve, but I'm excited. And then once we have everything bondoed, I'm gonna clean everything up really good, mask off the trunk, mask off the back window, mask off the quarter panels, and we're gonna paint it all in this video. Enjoy, guys. Let's get to it. If this is the first video you're seeing in this series, we started with a rusty shell just in this rear quarter panel. Spent a ton of time fixing it, going over this rust, and learning how to do this all myself. If you guys enjoyed the process, this final episode turned out so good. I'm really happy with how the car turned out. It's not perfect by any means, but compared to where we started from, I couldn't be happier. So I hope you guys enjoy. Unfortunately, it's really cold outside, so this just makes everything a lot harder and taking everything a lot longer to dry. But I'm gonna just wipe off these spots with a little isopropyl alcohol. So as soon as we make the Bondo, get the hardener in there, we can lay it on smooth and yeah, make sure everything's clean. Alright, let's make some Bondo now. I've never done this before, so I'm going to read the instructions and see how it goes, huh? How do I get the lid off? There we go. It didn't come with the spreader. What the heck? Oh, no. No. Alright, so I went to Harbor Freight, got some spreaders, and we're going to open this bad boy up. You can tell it's pretty cold out here because this thing is slow. Okay, here we go. Let's go put it on the car. I'm not too mad about that so far. Well, it's already hard, so I'm gonna have to make more. Damn, it's so fast. Holy smokes. Yeah, it makes a huge difference when it's starting to harden. Okay, so unfortunately, it hardened really quickly up here. Down here actually looked pretty good. It filled in a lot of those holes that I was looking for. I'm not looking for a thick layer. I just needed a layer to fill in any pinholes and any impurities. Just because when you're heating up the metal like that, it does start to warp. This definitely warped down here for sure. This was warped up here. So just kind of smoothing it out, making it flat. But you can tell right here, it already hardened, so I wasn't able to get like a nice smooth finish on it, unfortunately. So we might have to make a little more, and I kind of want to fill in the spot up here too. Granted, you'll only ever see that spot once the trunk lid is open, because let's just take a look. You can see like the trunk lid covers it, but I just want to make sure everything looks nice. We spent so much time on this. Why not go the extra mile, get everything looking the best I possibly can. Bondo's freaking awesome, man. Like, this is sweet. I'm actually super pleased how that turned out so far. Okay, I'm learning a lot about Bondo so far. So if you put it in a glob like this, if you put it all together instead of spreading it out, it takes a lot longer for it to set, to harden. So seems like a cheat code. Okay, it looks pretty good. I'm gonna give it some time to flash, more or less, dry, and then we'll come back and sand this. I'll come show you guys in just a sec. All right, I think we've allowed for plenty of time for this to harden now. It looks pretty darn good, man. I'm well pleased with that. So I think I'm gonna start off with some Scotch-Brite because this is not very thick. I just want to smooth it all out, get all these edges nice and crisp, and then yeah, with this one I'll probably have to take. This is a lot thicker because this is a pretty big dent right here that I had in it. So I might take the DA to that. The DA sander, but yeah, with this, I'm gonna try and hit this with some Scotch-Brite, and yeah, let's see if it smooths it out. In there pretty good. That needs something a little bit more grit on it, because there's a bit of edges. This didn't quite work. Let's try like 120 grit, 140 grit. Found some 120 grit. Let's try that. I'm just wrapping it around the Scotch-Brite just to give it a little bit of give. Oh yeah, that's gonna work just fine. I probably shouldn't breathe this in. I could either go over this again, or I could just be happy with that. There's a few low spots for sure. And then since this is actually visible, I don't know, I might go over it again. Might get a little bit more there and there. We're learning, so just gotta keep going. This piece is really thick, so I'm gonna use this again. I made it thick so I didn't have to go over this again, but I think I can smooth this out and make this look really nice. There was a pretty big indent right here, so all right, I'm gonna go at it. Let's see how far we can get. Whew, this is exhausting. All right, now to do this top one. This one might be all right. I can't really tell. Oh, I'll be honest, this is going awesome. Bondo is the coolest thing ever. I've never used it before, but I could not be more pleased with how this is turning out. This is awesome. I think I'm gonna bite the bullet and do a little bit more here and a little bit more here because I just didn't have enough the first time. But other than that, I'm happy with everything else. So we'll sand it off again, sand this part. We'll put more Bondo here, let it dry, sand it, and then we'll come back, primer it, and spray it. I can't believe it. Can't believe we're getting there. This is awesome. All right, while we wait for this to dry, I can imagine you can see this body line right here, right? So we're gonna try and mimic that on the other side. And as you can see, it goes straight down from this line. On this side, a little bit different spot. So generally, right down here. I don't know if this is gonna work, but we're gonna do our darndest. So what I'm gonna try here is to hit this with the Dremel and just get a nice line in there, and then I'll take a carbide burr and just go straight down it. See if it works. Wish me luck. We're gonna try and go straight as possible down this line. That's not that bad! Would you just look at that? Maybe we need to go a little bit further. Back up a little bit. That might have been a mistake, but yeah, here we go. Now I got the line. Ladies and gentlemen, just when I can't believe these things are actually working out the way you want them to. This is awesome, man. All the welding was worth it now because this has just been A1. A-freaking-1. I'm so hyped. Yes. So I already put another layer of Bondo here. It's pretty much dry already, but I'm going to give it a few more minutes. And then, yeah, sand that down. Give everything once more on the wipe over on an IPA wipe. And then we'll spray her with primer. I can't freaking believe it. Let's go! So while we wait for everything to dry so I can get to sanding that, I'm going to start masking off a bunch of areas, like quarter panels here, the glass, so I can just primer everything and not get overspray on everything. I probably should have done that to begin with, but I knew when I was going to be welding, I didn't want to catch everything on fire, so let's do it. Now we're going to wipe everything off with isopropyl alcohol and primer it again. Okay, let's do it. Time to start spraying. Got this primered up, so once this dry, I'll give it a little bit of time. We'll come in with the color coat. So one thing that I would change from doing this now, and if I did it another time, is that I realized how smooth you need this to be. With a primer on there, it actually looks pretty smooth, but once I put on the base color coat, as you're gonna see in this, it showed a lot of the impurities and it showed a lot of the edges that I wasn't expecting you to see. In this matte black, it really hides everything. All right, ladies and gentlemen, today is the day. We're gonna be putting our top coat on. This is what we're gonna be using. So this is what we're gonna be using. We're gonna be using this touch-up paint I found from Spectral Paints online. It's Bronzite Beige Metallic 139, which is exactly what this car is. This is the part I'm most worried about. I don't wanna go through all this trouble, all this work, just for this to look like crap. Thankfully, most of this work won't be seen. As you can see, it's either going to be under the trunk. All this will be hidden, so you only see it when the trunk's open. The only parts you will see are right here, underneath the taillight, right here, and right here, under the bumper. Those are the only two spots on this whole car you will actually see the paint done. So, we're going to do the best we can. I left these inside the last few days just to make sure they were at least around 65 degrees because our garage is at 30 degrees right now, so not ideal for painting, but we'll see. We're gonna do a really light coat. First coat's done. We're gonna let this dry for a while, and then we'll come back, check it out, spray another heavier coat on. Yeah. I will say one thing is I notice, especially with putting top coat on there, I can see a lot more imperfections in the in my Bondo work, especially down here. It's not perfect, but like I said, I'm no professional at this. I did the best I could. There's just a lot more sanding lines that I didn't expect to see that I am able to see now, which is sad, but I'm not mad about it, man. I'm really happy with how this project is going, so I'm gonna just take these little victories. All right, we'll come back later, guys. Okay, now we're gonna go with the second coat. It's really, really shiny right now. Like, holy smokes, shiny. So hopefully when we hit it with the clear coat, it calms down a little bit. Second coat applied. Still got a good bit left. Once this dries, then we're gonna hit it with clear coat. I'm nervous, but I will say, thankfully all this is covered by the trunk because you can see a lot more putting this bright color on. It makes those spots a lot more noticeable, which is pretty unfortunate, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it looks when we're done. I'm gonna stay optimistic. So far, so good though. I like the color. I like the color a lot. It's finally time to spray our clear coat. If you guys haven't used this stuff before, I've seen this all over YouTube. People love this stuff. You can only use it for maybe a day or two, so I'm gonna lay a generous coat on the first time, test to see how it works, and then we'll give it one more spray, maybe 2 more coats total, so maybe 3 coats. We'll see how it works, so let's try it. Okay, so the instructions say to shake it up really good. Flip it upside down. On there like that. And then push down. Here we go. And you can hear everything release inside. And then we shake it up for another 2 minutes. It's pretty cold out here, so I'm gonna heat up everything. Just give it a nice, like, at least lukewarm temperature so I can spray onto it. So we'll hit it with the heat gun real quick. Okay. Let's do it. And I do not want to breathe this stuff in. I will say, it stinks, but it sprays really smooth. It's way better than the base coat spray paint that I was using. This stuff is actually, you can tell it's really high quality. And all the reviews have shown this stuff being amazing, so I'm gonna do another light coat real quick. Okay, gonna let that dry. Come back in a little bit, maybe like 20, 30 minutes, see how it looks. Second coat going on now. Just wanna heat up the areas again. I'm gonna lay it on a little bit heavier this time, just to see what we can get. All right, second coat applied. I think I'm gonna do one more coat, maybe a little more. I can't tell. I'm not sure yet. I want to see when it dries. Be right back. All right, ladies and gents, back in the garage. Back in the garage, another day. And we are done. Clear coat's done, everything is finished up. So we're gonna be tearing off all the tape, all the newspapers, and we're gonna be putting this car back together. I can't believe today is finally the day. I feel like it's been forever because it's been well over a month. This took a lot longer than I expected, but I'm really excited for this. So I'm gonna get to this, sit around and watch, and I'll be back. All right. So there's a few spots that you can definitely tell where the paint has been mixed, but overall the paint colors actually blend pretty good. I will definitely need to wet sand this sooner or later, but for now I just need to get this car back together and get it off jack stands. So we're gonna put everything together, but overall the colors look pretty good. The clear coat, holy crap, that clear coat is amazing. It's buttery smooth, like, and it looks so nice. So nice. And the spots that are really smooth, it's A1. I'm impressed. Okay, time to put the car back together. It's tight, but it closes. It looks so good. All right, bumper time, and that's it. Car's back together. Okay, wheels are back on. Time to put her on the ground. I can't even believe it's time. Holy smokes. It's on the ground now. I haven't started this thing in a month, so hopefully I didn't mess any wiring up. Couldn't have possibly done that, but we'll see. I can't believe it. It's finally on the ground again. Oh. Like nothing. Like nothing. Woo. Oh my gosh, it's so exciting. I'm so happy. Alright, time to take this thing outside, get her cleaned up, get some beauty shots. Let's go! So I brought the car back to where this whole thing started. I'm so excited to see that this car has finally come back to life. It was killing me to see this thing on jack stands, covered in rust and full of rot holes. I knew I had to do something about it, and I knew I couldn't afford to have someone do it for me. So I took on the challenge and started cutting up my favorite car and something I care about dearly. And I'm so glad I did, because I feel so much better driving this thing every day, enjoying it, and just loving it for what it is, a cheap, fun sports car that I can have an absolute blast with. I hope you guys enjoyed this journey. I've had a blast with it,
If you guys want to see more content, feel free to subscribe, comment, and like, and let me know what you think. That just means a lot to me. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.